to spew out. That's the word of the Lord. I want to go down to the 17th verse. The Bible says they sacrificed unto devils, not unto God, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Hear the Spirit of the Lord even right now, that God is saying in this season that you're going to see the church shift. Well, what do you mean, God? God is saying and showing that the church is going to shift. Well, what are you saying, God? Shift how? God is saying that the church is going to get a new crown. And I see a new crown on the church. What is God showing and saying? That the new crown represents a crown of life. For the life of the Son is going to come back to the crown. Hear the Spirit of the Lord, that this summer is going to be so hot. It's going to feel as though the earth received a new crown. And it's going to be a representation that Christ and the church has received a new crown. There's going to be a crown. Why? Because they crowned him. They crowned him the King of Kings. And they crowned him the Lord of Lords. And they crowned him the Alpha and the Omega. And they crowned him the King of Kings. And they crowned him.
Today is officially the hottest day ever recorded in this country, with a temperature of 102.3 noted outside of the city of London. And the temperatures are expected to go even higher, north of 105 today. And the heat is already bringing this country to a standstill. The infrastructure simply isn't built to survive these kinds of extreme temperatures. Most people don't have air conditioning. Many schools don't have air conditioning. So some schools have closed today or shortened the hours to protect the kids. The rail system is really having a hard time as well. Many trains are delayed or canceled because the rails could buckle in the heat. They're only rated up to 95 degrees. Problems at airports as well. At Luton Airport north of London yesterday, they had to stop flights for several hours because the runway melted. There was heat damage on the runway. Same concerns forced the Royal Air Force to stop all flights in and out of their largest base in the UK. And of course, people are suffering as well. You saw that picture of the guard at Buckingham Palace being helped with a drink of water. Buckingham Palace has actually scaled back on the changing of the guard ceremonies during this heat wave. And as bad as it is here, it's actually worse in southern Europe. In Spain, Portugal, France, those fires are still burning out of control. Not only are they battling the fires, but also extreme heat there. And the fires, just to give you an example, one fire in southwest France is now more than half the size of Washington, D.C. and still burning. Craig.
Parts of the U.S. are also dealing with a dangerous heat wave. More than 40 million people are under heat advisories. Temperatures are surging from 10 to 15 degrees above normal. Now, this comes as firefighters are faced with 89 large fires across 12 states.
In Texas, temperatures have reached 113 degrees Fahrenheit. The state faces severe drought and power shortages. Residents are asked to conserve water and electricity. Let's bring in CBS News correspondent Chris Van Cleve, who is in Fort Worth, Texas, for us. So, Chris, tell us more broadly here, which parts of the country overall are getting hit the hardest at this moment?
Well, it's a pretty wide swath of the south and southwest. Basically, a heat dome has parked itself firmly over the state of Texas. We expect to see temperatures here in Fort Worth 110, 111 today when we hit our peak heat in a few hours. Right now, flirting with about 100 degrees here, just a little under so far. But it has been day after day after day after day of sustained high heat. The Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, which is sort of halfway between here and Dallas, that's where the official National Weather Service monitoring site is. They've seen today will be the 24th day where you've seen 100 degrees or hotter. I remember that we're really very early into the summer season here.